Mm. Welcome. Blessings and peace. May the living spirit that is in our life come forward and bring you great joy. Bring you the peace that you deserve, that you have earned over all your many lifetimes. For you have worked very hard for this process you call ascension. We call it graduation, perhaps. We call it completing, but we also call it your movement towards the true nature of who you are. Because part of this process of unraveling who you are not is bringing you to that place of recognition of how powerful you are, how beautiful you are, and how much you deserve to have everything that your heart desires, and how you deserve to fulfill your mission that has taken many lifetimes of growth, of suffering, of the most horrific experiences, many parallel lifetimes and many past lifetimes, depending on your viewpoint. And you have come to that culmination place now that you are all facing, when everything appears to be topsy-turvy, upside down, wrong, perhaps, where everything is moving quite rapidly towards the grand finale of this free will experiment, where the black and the white and the dark and the light are all playing the last game, the end game, the final little part of the tournament that has been going on for so many eons of time on your planet, even if it is part of a cyclic spiral nature of movement of one epoch to the other, the in-breath and the out-breath of God, the many kalpas, the many times that you have been in existence, whether it be as a drop of water, as a mineral, as a molecule of shungite, or as some magic substance that you don't even know what it is at this time. For you have been everything. You are everything. The true nature of who you are is beyond your mind's ability to even consider that you might know it. And yet you have the faculty of your heart to explore, to understand that you are part of an interconnected wholeness. You are part of all that is. The very concept of your divinity, of your God or goddess, is such a small way of seeing the vastness of the all that is. And yet at the same time, there is that point of simplicity that dwells within your heart, that is that kernel, that seed, that true essence that does not need to figure anything out, that does not need to know, much as it is a great joy for the mind to play with all these beautiful ideas and to be able to judge this thing against that thing and compare and see itself as an individuated entity, even though the true nature of who you are is the wholeness. It is also a part of this experience in third dimensional reality of this life experience, that you go backwards and forwards between duality and union, between judgment and non-judgment, between being and not being, between seeing and not seeing. For that very oscillation that happens because you are made up of energy, and energy has the ability to oscillate between one dimension and another at a rate far faster than the speed of light, so that you are dwelling on many levels in two different universes at the same time, or we might say multiple universes or dimensions. There may be an aspect of who you are that dwells on a planet in a star system millions of years away from you. There may be even multiple aspects of you that are all oscillating together in and out of each other's fields on multiple planets, in multiple galaxies and multiple universes. The vastness of reality, as we have said, is beyond the mind's capacity to completely comprehend. And yet we come back to our greeting. For when you boil everything down, the true nature of who you are and why you have come is to be light, to expand light, to be of service, and to experience that you are an aspect of the love of God. You are an expression of the love of that all that is, that vast intelligence that is all of everything, or is behind all of everything, or the creator of all that is. It is just a shift in viewpoint as to which terminology you might use. But essentially, you dwell within a benevolent universe, and you have what we call the great gift of creator, which is free will, which is choice. You have the ability of all the many options to choose to love, to choose to be light, to choose to be in peace, to choose to understand and see that there is a much larger picture, that there are cycles that are playing out, that there is a benevolence that is behind and is directing this huge cosmic sacred geometry that is balanced in the most amazingly intricate way with the absolute greatest simplicity, because everything is part of what we might call universal order. And we draw your attention to those 4 pillars that are spoken of within the ones with no names and soul support: light, order, truth, and union. Those 4 points that you can put around you to hold the field, to hold that chamber of resonance for you, that allows you to connect below you with Mother Earth, with your physicality, with every atom and molecule that is held in a field of order, so that each atom is part of a molecule in the exact place where it needs to be. And each molecule is part of a set of elements that creates cells and organs and systems. And it is such a vast and intricate system that Mother Earth has provided for you to give you this miracle that is your body, your vehicle, your vessel of expression for the duration of your sojourn here upon this planet. And it will give you another one in another lifetime or on another planet for the very purpose of having the ability to express yourself as a figment, as an aspect, as an expression, and as an extension of that divine essence, that spark of divine fire that is creation. That is the true nature of your essence in many ways as an individuated being, even as it is part of your collaborative energy as a field of union. This gift of Mother Earth, of this physical form with its many systems that all work together in such an immaculately, infinitely brilliant manner, so that you can bring that spark of divine fire, your soul, your spirit, into it, into that physical form, to express itself through movement, through art, through music, through voice and expression and communication and technologies, and the great brilliance that your combination of body, spirit, and mind can create in this world. The amazingness, the beauty and magnificence of God's creation is mind-boggling when you imagine the depth of what you can go into as an expression or as an exploration of the very nature, shall we say, of the atom. Or you can expand that consciousness to contemplate the true nature of the galaxies and the universes and the white and black holes that lead to other universes, the vastness of cosmos, of all that is. You are all of that. This is the great gift of creation, that you can hold all of that in that one little molecule of essence that you are, and that dwells within the very center of your heart. And it is our wish for you to have that expression in your emotional world, in your physical world, in your psychic and energetic world, to have it be a delight, to have it be filled with ease and grace and pleasure and deep satisfaction and great joy. And the depth of knowing that your place within this whole structure has been determined by your choice as a soul, by your destiny, your blueprint, and that as you express your purpose, your mission here on this planet, you have the ability now to create for yourself the allness, the wholeness of having everything, of being able to do your purpose with ease and grace, without effort, without efforting, without struggle, without any limitation on your freedom or your ability to express your self-determination, your self-authority. And so it is important for you to recognize how much you are light and how much your choice to be light, to radiate that light, to incorporate it, is actually fulfilling your mission if you do nothing else. If you are no longer doing your healing sessions or your channeling sessions or your ministries or your nursings, or you're taking care of your children, or you're taking them to school or to play, to the game, to the movie, every aspect of your experience during your everyday life is an opportunity to be light, to expand light, to touch others with light, and to bring forth that what we might call winning of the great battle between light and darkness, because you are amplifying the field of light. You are ignoring the impositions of whatever might be the dark, that which is hiding away, because the light is too strong for it, and it is fearful of what might happen if it embraced light. And instead of judging, instead of condemning, instead what you do is you radiate light. You hold as much light as you can. You judge as little as possible, starting with yourself. You understand that each one, each soul has their own mission and purpose, whether it is for good or bad, or whatever you want to call it. You understand that each one carries their baggage. Each one has their story. Each one has their upbringing and their ancestry and their conditioning and their imprints and their sadnesses, their losses, their pain, their anger, their humanity. Each one has their temptations to serve themselves or the greater whole. And each one reaps the rewards of their actions, their thoughts, their projections, their feelings, and how they show up in the world. Because there is no judgment. From our perspective, there is no judgment from the aspect and perspective of the divine. There is only love. There is only the ability to choose in each moment what is my choice, to choose between, let's say, dark and light, or to choose between my own selfish needs and my ability to be part of a much broader expansiveness that can allow myself to have what I need, but also allow me to serve and give and be of service in the world, to help others to be more light, to have comfort, to have hope, and instead of having fear, to have love. And if I can have composure, if I can have equanimity, if I can be at peace no matter what is going on, then I can become a model for others to follow. I can be that lighthouse that all it does is sit and shine, because that is all you are being asked. You are not being asked to ascend. because you ascend as you are light, as you are organically taking care of yourself on all levels, and as you take care of your neighbor, your friend, your inlakech, your another you, as you recognize that you all are in the same, shall we call it, boat, that you all are connected, that each one affects the whole, and the whole affects each one. You may be finding sometimes that you feel uncomfortable, uneasy, that you have emotional ups and downs, and you're depressed, that you are lonely, that you are having a sense perhaps of fear or dread, that you are sensing that you are out of control, that you are worried. All these things you take as if they are your personal experience, whereas many times you are reflecting the collective energy that is so strong around you, and you are allowing yourself to experience it as if it was your own personal experience only. You may have an aspect of that communal experience that is your personal one, because you're part of that whole. And yet, when you understand that each day is different, and that each day, even if you feel uncomfortable or depressed, you have the opportunity to take a breath and reset everything. And so we invite you for just one moment to take a deep sigh, a deep breath. And to let it out, letting go of any aspect of emotion or of weight upon your shoulders or tension. And remind yourself that this is your greatest gift, your greatest practice, your greatest ally as you go through these moments, is to remember to take that breath, to connect with Mother Earth beneath you and ground, to feel your feet firmly planted, your human aspect fully present within your body, and to allow that column of light that you establish with Mother Earth to reach up to your heart, to allow it to expand, to create a sphere of golden light around you for your protection, for your safety, but also for your enfolding, to be filled with your guides, with your angelic energies and your connection, and fully experience that it is filled with light, and to allow that column to continue up towards the heavens, to connect with your friends in the other realms, the extraterrestrial beings of light that watch over you, that are circling your planet, making sure that you do not press the wrong button, that you do not destroy yourselves, for you are not alone. And so you create this column of light each day, and your breath is at the very center, right there in the center of your heart, where that expression, that light, that experience of love is what radiates out to touch the hearts, whether consciously or unconsciously, of all those who need some light, all those who are scared, all those who have all the medical issues from the toxicities that surround you, from the onslaughts of the darkness that would control you, that would destroy you, and that would destroy all life. Because evil is the word live reversed, upside down. It is the ignorance that does not recognize its connection with the all that is, that can allow beings who are essentially light to diminish themselves into darkness. And so we encourage you to, within that space of your heart and your mind, whenever the voices of self-diminishment and of diminishment of anybody else begin to show up in your minds, that you ruthlessly eliminate them, that you do not allow those thoughts to remain within your mind, that you change the pattern from self-denial, self-judgment, self-hatred, of doubt, of senses of being unworthy, or of comparing your looks to the looks of somebody else, comparing your body or your mind or your intelligence or your background, your age, your color, your ethnicity. Each one is an expression, a facet of that diamond that is the all that is. And each aspect is perfect, just the way it is. For you chose to come into this particular incarnation with your particular parentage, with your particular physiology, your particular personality. And it will often reflect a similar cycle from a previous time, perhaps even with an uncanny similarity of appearance, but often with a great similarity of challenge, of life challenge that you have to face in order to compensate for a past time where perhaps you did some harm, and now you have that opportunity to restore the balance. For it is necessary now, in every aspect of what you do, in every aspect of what you think, in all of your belief systems, in all of your judgments and comparisons, it is necessary for you to come to that place of forgiveness. For in many ways, that is the bottom line of all spirituality. It is the foundation of ascension, because it is foundationed upon a practice of non-judgment, of love. Old Chinese's definition of love, which we like and we often repeat, is the unconditional acceptance of the reality of another. You let them be who they are and what they are, without any need to change them or have them change so that you can be comfortable. You allow them to be what and who they are, even if it is anathema to you, even if they have done the most atrocious things. you understand that each one is immortal, eternal, infinite, and universal. And each one will face their karma and their need to fulfill and come to that place of forgiveness. For in the forgiving is the release of all karma, of all debt. It is that place where you come to that embodiment of being in the serendipity, of allowing yourself to have composure no matter what is going on, because you have no attachment to outcome. We speak much of the role and the path of the spiritual warrior. We have carried this forward now to many, so that the teachings that we bring are, perhaps you might say, the greatest challenges that you face at this time, to be impeccable, to keep your word, to show up on time as best you can, to be in the light, to consider every thought, every judgment, every feeling, and examine it carefully to see if it matches the vibration that you are moving towards, that you are wishing to embody, and the vibration that you are preparing to be the vibration of ascension for yourself, where nothing will touch you, where you have complete serendipity, serenity. Always, always you have ease and grace. You thrive. You always have enough and more than enough. And what you need comes to you, because you are a living reflection of that divine essence that has unlimited resource, unlimited potential, and unlimited benevolence. The expression of God's love is benevolence, is allowance, is that gift of free will that allows you to choose in each moment what you will create as your reality through your thoughts and your feelings and your belief system. So we will take a moment just to check in and to make sure that we are, shall we say, on the same page. We assume we are. We will take a few more moments of talking, perhaps, and then we will take a break to address any questions you might have. So, the essence of your trajectory towards that concept of ascension, we do not like the term or the whole hoopla around the whole idea of ascension, because it's more important to be who you are and where you are, in your body, in the present moment with your heart open, in that breath. It does not matter that you are trying to get to some place like the fourth or the fifth or the millionth dimension, because if you're not happy and comfortable in the third, you will not get there until you find a place of peace within your own heart. Or you are taken along with the current of expansion that is happening on your planet. And you are gifted with that ability to have that peace within your heart without too much effort. However, it is in the moment that you experience what we are recommending for you, which is the foundation, and that is self-love. Perhaps your greatest challenge is to not think that others see you the way you see yourself. We will say that again. Your greatest challenge is to not project onto others a reflection of how you see yourself, because most everybody sees themselves as missing something, as too big, too small, too thin, too fat, too this, too that, too ugly, too unintelligent, too stupid, too you name it. The list goes on, because most people see themselves through the image that was engendered and placed into them through the imprinting of their conditioning, of their ancestry, of all the hardships and sufferings and agony and tortures and poor me that came through your lineages and was dumped onto you, as to how much you do not deserve to be happy, how you have to struggle, how you cannot trust anyone. Everyone is out to get you. All those insects, those creatures are evil and are harmful. All those bacteria and viruses, oh my gosh. What amount of fear has been placed into your system of how you see yourself, of how much of the weight of responsibility you carry to be something for some parent, whether they are still alive or not, for some ancestor, for some obligation because of your Jewishness or your Catholicness or your whateverness. All of that stuff keeps you from the joy that is your birthright, that self-love, because you think others judge you and see you through those eyes that you have come to use to see yourself, which is a great aberration of the truth. You are perfect. If you could see yourself through our eyes, you would not have one judgment. You would allow yourself to enjoy that piece of chocolate. You would allow yourself to enjoy eating and doing and playing and doing what brings you joy, what brings you delight. It brings you a sense of freedom and the ability to have complete self-authority to do what the hell you want. We won't say hell, we'll say heaven. To do what it is that your heart longs for. Because there is nothing that you would do at this moment in your incarnation to willingly harm another. You just would not do it. And if you did it, it would be from your conditioning, not from your consciousness, from your conscience, or from your heart. So know that you would not ever willingly harm another, whether it be another form of life or another being, a person. You are pure and innocent, and your desire is for all to experience love and light and peace and harmony. You can't wait for heaven on earth. Everything you do is to experience this expression of the new earth, of the golden age that has been promised, that you are here for. You are here not just to bring it, you are here to experience it. It will wait for you because you are part of a great whole, of a greatness that knows what is going on and where it is going. And you need to have that patience and that trust. When you start to feel like something's going wrong, that's the time to take that breath and remind yourself that everything is in the hands of the all that is, of God, of whatever you call it. Everything is in perfect alignment, right on target, according to a game plan, according to a destiny pattern that has been worked out with infinite precision in the highest realms of intelligence and love possible. And your role within that, as we have said, is to show up with your heart open and to be and radiate light. So when you do your practice, your meditations, the most important thing you can do is call in as much light as possible. Expand your ability to hold light in every cell and to allow it to radiate out from you to touch the hearts of those who need it, of those who are ill, of those who are fearful, of those who are in despair. You do not know how important that one thought of love or light that you send out, whether it be directed to a particular being or in general to an area or to a group of people. If you direct light and you ask it to go where it is needed, you have done your work. And we recommend that you do that work every day. You will notice your own field expanding. You will notice there's less of judgment within your field. Because as you embody more light, you embody more love, more acceptance, more brilliance, more intelligence, more excitement, more creativity, more joy. You all want to be happy. You want everyone to be happy. And so it shall be. You will have a world of peace. You will have a world in which the air and the water and the earth and the hearts are all pure again. It is part of the promise. It is part of what you are here for. Know that we love you. We are not external. We are in your hearts. We are in your minds. We are in your whole being because you are not separate from us. We are not separate from you. You can ask us your questions within your heart. Make sure that you listen to the answers. Stop the chatter and go into the heart, into the stillness, and you will hear the answers. We love you. It is our greatest desire that you experience everything your heart longs for, that you thrive, that you have peace. And so we will take a break. Blessings and peace. May the living spirit that is in our life fill your hearts with the most beautiful expression of peace and great bliss. Thank you. Okay, greetings to you all. So we're with you again. Today is the 16th of November,